Back out this afternoon again. We're heading down the Avon Gorge. It's been a sort of a misty, murky afternoon, so with a wee bit of luck it might brighten up as the night goes on. But here's hoping. We're prepared for it if anything else. This wee clearing's a wee bit where the adventure scouts used to come down. We've got a bit up the top where they've got a roundel and a fire, and they come down here and make some wee hides. It's an old tree, it's been taken down and the kids use it. But we're not stopping here, we're carrying on right up towards, heading up towards Wallace's Cave tonight, which is just off the side of the River Avon. It's another part of the walk. We've just come out, it's part of the Avon Heritage Trail. So it's where I got dropped off the night. It's about a mile and a half's walk into where we're camping. That's us arrived in at the site next to the river. Bit shocking what they leave behind. Bloody car battery. What's the chances, eh? Oh, so it's like the location for tonight for us. Right down on the riverside. So I should have brought the tent down because there's not a lot of places for a hammock, but I found a bit. So there's a fallen oak tree here, so I'm going to suspend it up to the Marite across to that one, and that'll be perfect. And that'll give me a lovely view right across the river tonight. A perfect spot here. If I brought the tent down, it would have been absolutely perfect, but hey, not all the time. Well, that's a hammock up, and I've got the ridge line up above it, so next bit we'll get the tarp out and get it secured up, so we're prepared just in case it goes back to rain in a little while. Well, that's it set up. I've got it set up now open, and I'm going to get my dinner sorted out just underneath the front of it because it's small, drizzly rain. And we're right next to the River Avon tonight. Absolutely perfect. And then later on we'll get the front, take the big supports out, and that will drop down, and that will give us the comfort for tonight's sleep. Then parts will all drop down, and I'm using these tarp clips, if you can see them there. Absolutely fantastic bits of kit. It's the second time I've used these, and they clamp that together, so when that drops down, that'll be nice and tight. So I'll bring you back shortly. Well, that's everything all set up for the night. Took a wee bit longer than usual, but it's just because they limited the space of where I was. So I've set it up on an old fallen oak tree, right next to the river. So that's where digs for tonight, right next to the River Avon. We're already sitting here watching the dippers, the grey wagtails jump about in the stones below us. So I'm looking forward to the night. There's our setup for tonight. It's a DD Hammock, it's a frontline version, and on that we've got the thermal under blanket, so that'll keep us nice and snug. And inside I've got my rab, my usual bag, which is an Ascent 500, and then the underside there we've got my foil and our airbed, so we're nice and cosy. So put the bug net down, and that should keep the beasties out for us tonight. So that's us all set up now. I can go and start to get the dinner ready. Well, that's the hammock all set up and the tarp all set up, so it's started to rain now, so we'll come under the shelter of the trees, and it's time for it to get the dinner prepared. So what we've got for eating tonight, well, we've got a lovely sirloin steak, used potatoes, and we've got some mushrooms, some onions, some spring onions, and some sweet peppers. So I've got some water there, so we'll get the potatoes on. That's the potatoes ready. I'll just double check them. Perfect. So I'll just take them off and I'll drain them. I'll put the steak back on again, and then I'll add the vegetables, and then it'll be dinner time. Well, there's tonight's dinner. Sirloin steak with new potatoes, some spring onions, mushrooms, some onions and some sweet peppers there. So I'm going to enjoy that, and I'll bring these back once I've had my dinner. Well, that's the camp set up for tonight. Time to chill. We've just finished our dinner now, so we're just going to explore along the river bank. And the clouds have parted and a bit of blue sky there. So I'm just going to enjoy the night out the side of the river. I'm going to do a wee bit of exploring along the river bank here and see what I can see. Started off as a pretty crap night tonight. It was right misty rain, that small rain that goes right through you and soaks everything. But after I set up that and up the tarp and the hammock, it eased off and it's turned out an absolute perfect night. Blue skies and no midges, bonus. What more can you ask for? So a nice toasty fire and peace and quiet in the river. One of these nights when you can just sit here and watch the flames all night. There's no time zone issue, eh? That's the fire all burnt down, just the embers that are lying there now. So it's safe enough to go to bed. So we're just going to hit this a cracking night. The weather's turned out absolutely perfect. There's the river down there. Make your way along to the hammock. So you can see the end of your nose there. There's our digs for tonight. Perfect. Well, that's it. It's been a great night tonight. 12:30, so that's me into the hammock now. I'm settling down for the night. You can just hear the noise of the river at the side of me, so that's going to put me to sleep. And if you hear that, that's a wee Tony owl just outside the hammock. Perfect. Been a great night, but I'll bring you back in the morning, so good night. Morning, 4:45 in the morning. What a great night's sleep again. Well, that's another camp over with. That was a nice hammock camp next to the river. That's the River Avon between Armadale and Falkirk. So it was a good wee night. So if you like the video, as usual, get a wee thumbs up and leave a comment if you didn't mind. And if you can subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot. It doesn't cost you nothing. So till the next time, stay safe, be good.